Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. We'll just be letting some more people in. So if we'll just take a little minute and allow everybody to come on in.
Hello, Lizzie.
Hi, hi. So glad you're all here.
Yes.
Glad to be here.
Can you hear my music?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes,
And
there's music.
perfect. Let's turn it up a little as people enter. Let the people roll on in. I'm going to wait one more minute to officially start. And I'm curious, can you still hear my music now that I've shared my screen?
No.
No.
Okay. Good to know. I had a feeling because I heard a little click in my ear, so let me just sort that. Okay, and let's try. Can you hear them both now? Or can you see and hear now?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, everybody, welcome here. Ooh, we got Arabic subtitles. That's fun. Okay, that works. So, welcome today to our first gathering of the Heart's Home Community Circle. I'm so grateful that you're here. And I wanted to just take this first moment and really honor and recognize you all for being here. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to show up and to pour into yourself. I'm so honored that you're here. As people tune in, there might be some more people entering our meeting today, and I am manning the show and also adding people in through the waiting room. So I'll do periodic checks just to make sure that everybody can get in who's trying to get in. Today is a very special day, and this is a very special event for us. I am trying out some new things with Zoom, and so please be patient as I sort that out because there are some features that I'm learning how to use, and I want to try them out with you guys today. The first of these features is going to come up right now. As you enter into this space, I want to invite you to be involved in this meeting. This is an active participant meeting, and I'll be launching some polls into the chat right after we do our grounding session. So if you can respond through the chat and polls that will come up, that would be perfect. And at other times, we'll unmute and connect with each other that way. So I want to remind you, this is a huge paradigm shift. In the new paradigm, we must be willing to release the old ways of the world and shift into the heart and operate differently. And so before we dive in, I want to just take a minute and create a safe foundation in our bodies where we feel grounded. This way, it's easier to explore the new beliefs and to let go of the old. So wherever you're at, if you're sitting up or lying down, allow yourself to get comfy. Take a deep breath in through your nose, filling all the way up your belly, your ribs, and your chest. Hold your breath for a moment and open your mouth, sigh it out to release. Another deep breath like that, filling in belly, ribs, and chest. Open up, sigh it out. And another one, filling all the way up, allowing your body to expand to the maximum capacity with your air. And release, letting out anything that you want to let go of in this moment, coming into the present. As you inhale, breathe in the energy of safety, of this safe space and the abundance of this container. And as you breathe out, let whatever wants to leave your energy field be set aside, if even just for the time that we're here together. Keep the breathing going. And as you allow your breathing to ground you and anchor in to the here and now, I invite you to allow yourself to fully arrive in this space. You have carved out this time. Trust that you're exactly where you're meant to be right now. I invite you to do a gentle body scan. Noticing how you feel in your physical body. Noticing how you feel in your mental body. Noticing how you feel in your emotional body. Noticing how you feel in that energetic and intuitive body. And finally, noticing how you feel in your spiritual body, whatever that might mean to you. Inviting everything that wants to be present right now to be present, to take up space. Simply observing it without judgment or trying to change it. Taking a few more rounds of breath here. And before looking back up at the screen, I invite you to bring your hands together and rub them together, creating some heat. And then place them over your eyes, feeling that warmth, feeling that connection. And from here, open your fingers a little to let the light stream back in as you open up your eyes, perhaps looking down gently before you look back up at the screen. And welcome back. You are here because you chose to say yes to you. So first of all, congratulations. That's amazing. I want to share with you a little bit about how this circle is going to go. And then we will move into some of the more interactive parts. And Reem, I see your chat message, and yes, it's absolutely okay. Everybody can join, not a problem. So let's, first of all, know why we are here. Know the expectation. So while we're in this place, our intention is to be present with purpose and to be participative. What this would look like, if possible, and I know that it's not possible for everybody, to have your camera on as much as possible. I am one of those people who really enjoys being in the energy and presence of others. And so being able to see you is really beautiful because I can work with your energy. And also it gives us a chance to know each other and know each other very well by faces. So if that's possible for you, have your camera on. And if not, we understand. Maybe next time when you join, you'll be able to. Then the simple standards that we want to really kind of allow ourselves to raise to is that you are fully committed to being here. So if you've got a phone, if you could put it on silent or do not disturb, if you have something else that you're maybe a little bit distracted by, if you can really turn your attention to here. And the reason I say this is because this isn't just a passive gathering. This is an active participation. This is an active meeting where what you put into the experience is what you're going to get out of the experience. And when we fully allow ourselves to be part of something, we really are showing that we believe in our transformation and we're putting that vital life force energy in. So that half-hearted participation in life, especially if you're going on the soul-preneur journey, it just won't cut it. So I invite you to put your whole heart into these next 1 and a bit hours. And then I wanted to also mention to you that this space is really a part of the why I exist in this world. That I created this space because it's what I wished was here along my soulpreneur journey, especially in the beginning stages. And I know that we are meant to create solutions in this world to problems or challenges that haven't yet been created. And so I have poured all of the things that I wish I knew at the beginning of my journey into this space. And of course, I'm not going to throw it all on you today. That's why it's paced out over the next year and in a nice way that gives you manageable chunks for your journey. And so I really would love for you to go on this journey with me, to allow whatever wants to come up for you to come up, and know that sometimes there might be things that seem a little challenging. They might seem triggering to you. And take those times and those moments to maybe jot that note down and ask yourself, what is this bringing up in me? And go back to it later, because this journey really is an activating journey. So what I would love to do right before we jump into our introductions for each other is open this sacred space. If you know me, you know that I'm all about bringing in powers that are beyond our normal realm to guide us. And if you don't know me, welcome. You'll get to experience this, a little bit of me. So we're going to open this space in a sacred way. It's an invocation of intentional devotion. You know, whatever system you subscribe to, everybody has something that they call it, as this quote on the screen so clearly depicts. Nobody denies that it exists. We all just call it something a little different. So whatever you believe in or subscribe to, let that be your guiding light, your guiding principle as I move through this invocation. So I'm just going to place my hands on my heart. You can do whatever feels right for you. And we ask the divine universe, divine source of love and light, we call upon your presence. We call upon your blessings to guide us in this circle. Surround us with your unconditional love and wisdom and grace. May we be open channels for your guidance, co-creating in harmony and love. We invite the highest good for all beings and ask for clarity, compassion, connection, and unity. We also call upon the higher beings from the highest dimensions and the highest realms, from all timelines, dimensions, and planes of existence who are here to support us in the collective consciousness and the up-leveling. May any blocks or limitations and any negative energies or beliefs that no longer serve us be set aside, dismantled, and dissolved. And any cords, hooks, or ties be removed, be unplugged, be undone, and all ends be plugged back into source energy and sealed with unconditional love, so that all beings be filled with the light of the Creator and can step fully into their authentic truth, embracing all of our gifts and talents in this space. Thank you so much for us being able to gather in this community. With the deepest gratitude, thank you to each and every soul who is here today and all the energies supporting us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is, and so it shall be. So, friends, this is your time to share with us. I am launching a poll. I believe it will show up in the chat. If you will share with us this information. We're doing a little vibe check. And my question is, can you see this poll? Did it actually come up? Perfect. Okay, amazing. So your name, where you're from originally, and where you're coming from today, a little about yourself, what you're most excited about in life right now, why you started the journey, where you're at. Now I am curious how this works. This is the part where I told you I was playing with the features of Zoom, and I'm not sure what happens after I launch the poll. I have an option to end it or get the QR code. So if you could give me a thumbs up or a notification in the chat. Oh, now it's coming in. Yeah, I think you have to submit it and then the answers come through. That's cool. Okay, so I can see some answers coming through. Perfect. And then it'll be a new thing for me to find out if you can actually see each other's answers when we're done. But that's the fun part because we're also going to come off mute for a little moment just to share a little bit about ourselves, the most important thing we want to share. So while you're waiting, you can think about what is the most important thing you want to share with this group today? I'll give you about a minute more to finish up the poll. You do you. Absolutely. And about 30 more seconds for the poll. Okay, and let's see how this happens. I can share the results. Perfect. So, didn't turn off. Yeah, there we go. Details. Good to know. Features. Features are fun. I'm not sure that we're going to be able to see this in the way that I intended, and that's okay. So if you would please let us know what is the most important thing that you want to share with the group. We can either do it by you raising your little icon hand and I'll ask you to unmute, or if you don't know how to find that, you can use your actual hand and let me know that way. So I'll go first. I'm Lizzie, and the most important thing that I want to share with you today is that this journey, this soulpreneur journey, is not a linear, completely easy process. I will say that it can be a lot more simple than we think that it has to be, but there are definitely ups and downs along the journey. And that's really what makes it beautiful because we learn and we grow a whole lot through this process. Who would like to share next? Okay, Misha, go for it.
Hi everyone. I'm Misha. I'm currently in Dubai. I'm a teacher, and I'm most excited about finding what it is that I'm I'm meant to do. I've been, on crossroads with like where how I want to proceed with my life. This is something that has been calling to me, so I'm excited to learn more about how I can get started, but then also find something that truly makes me happy and fulfilled.
Thank you so much for sharing. And who wants to go next? Nisreen, go for it.
Hey everyone, I'm Nasreen and I'm in Kuwait right now. Um, I'm most excited about like figuring out my next steps. I know where I want to go. I don't quite know how to get there. So, I'm going, I think, with what's coming naturally or organically my way. But I'm hoping I'll know what is the right thing when I experience it or see it or feel it. I'm not quite sure. But
Thank
yeah,
you so much for that share. And I love that you're letting what's organically flowing to you to guide you. This is such a beautiful one step and then the next and then the next.
thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. Amora or Reem, would you like to share with us?
I will go.
Thank you.
So I'm most excited about coming home to my heart because I know that as I come home to my heart that everything else will be made clear. So yeah, thank you for
Thank you.
creating the space.
Thank you for sharing that. That journey home to the heart is so beautiful. And it's exactly what we're here to do is walk each other home towards the heart. Reem, if you would like to share, we would love to hear from you too. And if Nicholas wants to share too, he's welcome.
Hello everybody, and hello to Misha. I was wondering, I know this lady, but I don't, I just remembered where would be in Psyche.
Yes, we
Yeah,
met in Psyche,
I'm
the
looking
advanced
here.
workshop.
Okay, so I'm here first because I love the energy of Lizzie, and I feel like I am really home when I hear her voice. And to like Nisreen, she said she knows where she want to go, but she doesn't like. I'm not sure how to be there. So yeah, and good luck for everyone.
Mm,
You want to
thank
share?
you. Yeah, do you want to share, Nicholas?
Salam alaikum. His
It's
his voice little bit tired today because he has like heart burning or something like this.
wishing you a speedy recovery of that, Nicholas. Thank
Yeah.
you for sharing, Reem, and we're so happy that you're here also. Hey, John, I see that you've popped on. Welcome.
I finally made it.
Yay.
Yeah.
Welcome. And if you can see on the screen, we're just sharing a little bit about ourselves. So if you would like to share your name, where you're from, a little bit about yourself, or why you're here.
Yeah, sure. So firstly, thank you, Lizzie, for hosting this. I don't know, is it a meeting or I don't know what you'd call it, but
Circle.
a circle.
A circle.
Circle, yes. So yeah, my name's John. I am originally from the UK, but haven't lived there for a long time. I've been out in Asia for the last about 17 years now. That's where I met Lizzie originally in South Korea, 2009 or 2010, I think.
10. Yeah.
Yes. I don't know where 15 years has gone since then, but and now I'm in Vietnam, and I'm quite happy here. I'm content. I think that's a good word, content. I'm content. And I haven't always been content in the past, wherever I was. There was always that feeling of, oh, the grass was always greener somewhere else, or. But now I'm just, yes, I'm happy here. But I've been doing this job for a long time and teaching English, and I just feel that that is not my soul's divine purpose on this universe. Although I don't regret the time I've spent teaching, I have no regrets in life. I've learned that one, but I feel it's time to move on soon from that, and I think little things like this will be very helpful in my journey, and also get to meet some nice people along the way. So thank you for letting me share.
Thank you so much for sharing, and thank you for being here today and bringing your light. So, friends, I am going to invite you to have an identity shift right now. And this is something that is really crucial for the process of becoming the version of you that you say you desire. A lot of the time, we try to start with our actions, or we try to start with our thoughts, or we try to start with maybe our feelings. And these aren't bad ways to start by any means, they're options. And the way we can be the most impactful is when we actually shift into an identity that is the embodiment of who we want to be. Because when we shift at the identity level, not only do we shift who we be, we shift our beliefs, we shift our emotions, we shift our thoughts, and this in turn shifts our actions. So we're going to take a little moment to journal. So if you've got some paper or a pen, or if you're going to type it in your phone, whatever works for you. I do recommend the pen to paper process because something happens with that motor coordination in the brain, which I will explain maybe in another time. But we are going to journal, who do you want to become? And notice that word, become. You're going to be somebody and you're coming to that point. In this journaling process, dream big and wild. Go for it. And a question that I have is, what are you currently working towards? Or what is something you desire to have in your reality? This could be a goal, a vision of your future self, a passion project, or a dream. And then I want you to also write down, what limitations do you believe are preventing you from having this now? I'm going to give about 4 minutes for you to journal on this. And then I'm going to jump into a meditation with you. Well, I'll give you the meditation and you can go with it where it wants to take you. I'm going to turn on the music and I'm going to turn up the music, because these sounds that you're hearing, I'm helping you to enter the hypnotic state, the theta brainwave state, where your subconscious mind will be more suggestible. So allow yourself to hear the sound of the music and write whatever wants to come up. Maybe another minute to finish up the limitations that you believe are standing in your way now. And as you're finishing writing that, I invite you to really find your most comfortable space. And allow yourself to know that now that you've written down what it is that you're working towards, and you have that list of limitations that you believe are preventing you from having this now, let's begin by removing those limitations like layers of a mask. If it's comfortable to you, I invite you to close your eyes, or perhaps soften your gaze by looking past the tip of your nose. And visualize yourself standing in front of a mirror. In that reflection, you see yourself wearing a mask. This mask represents the limiting beliefs that have held you back. With each deep breath you take, filling through your nose and exhaling either through your nose or your mouth, feel a sense of courage and determination growing within you. Breathing in all the courage, all the determination. And as you exhale with intention, begin to remove the mask. And maybe you notice that underneath this mask, there's another layer. So as you breathe in with courage, and as you exhale with determination, I invite you to remove the next layer of the mask. And keep this process going, breathing in courage and breathing out with determination as you remove another layer of the mask. And as each layer falls away, feel yourself becoming lighter and more free. Notice your reflection in the mirror grow brighter as your true essence begins to shine through. Your essence growing brighter and brighter as each and every layer of the mask is peeled away. And as you continue to peel away the layers of the mask, you allow yourself to embrace the truth of who you really are. You see yourself in the mirror, and you know you are worthy. You know you are capable. You know you are deserving of all the love and the abundance the universe has to offer. With each and every layer of the mask being removed, feel a sense of empowerment and liberation wash over you. You are no longer bound by these limitations of the past. And you are now free to create the reality that you desire. Take a moment to bask in the radiance of your true self. Feel the warmth of your own love and acceptance enveloping you in a warm embrace. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out fully through your mouth. And another deep breath in through your nose, sighing it out. And enjoy this moment breathing in a way that feels comfortable to you. Allow yourself to remain in your inner world. I'll let you know when it's time to open your eyes. I'm going to guide you into another part of this meditation where you will step into the reality where this version of you exists already. Your body is feeling very relaxed in this space, and you allow yourself to feel a lightness as if you're floating up and out of your body, floating up toward the sky, higher and higher. You notice your body in the place that you left it a moment ago, and there is a sense of peace, knowing that you are safe to explore. So you float higher and higher above your ceiling, above your building, above your neighborhood, above your city, above your country, and you float higher and higher and higher until you reach the atmosphere, and you float up above the Earth's atmosphere. You notice Earth starting to get smaller and smaller and smaller as you float away out into space with all of the stars. And you can see the Earth getting smaller as you float away. All the limitations, all the masks, all the reasons why you do not have what you yet desire are inside that Earth, and they float away too, getting smaller and smaller and smaller. These limitations are not part of who you really are. And as you float in space, you realize you are purely you. No limitation, no resistance. And all of that floats away until you can't see Earth anymore. You are expansive and you have limitless possibilities. They're all available to you now. And you feel this now as you float in space. Be here for a few moments, soaking in the possibilities, choosing which possibilities feel most aligned for you. Up ahead, you see a small floating orb glowing brightly. It floats closer to you and gets bigger and bigger until you see its Earth. But it's not the Earth you left moments ago. On this Earth, all that you have in your desires is here, and it already exists. The version of you who is embodied in your desires is here. This is the Earth where your highest self dwells. This is the version of you that is not stopped by any limitations or any resistance. And to see this Earth brings you great joy. You are loved. You are divinely supported. And you realize that this version of the Earth is available to you anytime you like. And so you float closer and closer to this Earth. You drop down into this Earth sky gently, and you float down, 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 and find yourself back in your body, in a parallel reality, on a parallel version of Earth, which feels relaxed and light. You have entered the reality where the highest version of yourself exists. What would this version of you do? How does this version of you feel? How do you be? If you know there are no limitations and no resistance that can prevent you from having, achieving, and receiving exactly what you desire, take a moment to just imagine and embody what that feels like. Allowing the emotions to bubble up. And allowing the emotions to amplify, I invite you in your head, in your heart, or out loud if it so suits you in your space, to claim these affirmations silently or out loud for yourself. You can repeat them after me. I am worthy of love and abundance. I release all self-limiting beliefs and embrace my true potential. I step into my power with confidence and grace. I am the architect of my destiny, and I choose to create a life filled with joy and possibility. You get to choose this now, to be this version of you right now. That is the invitation here. So take a deep breath in through your nose, fill all the way up, and when you get to the top of the breath, hold it. Allow this version of you to permeate every cell of your being. Open your mouth and release any of the old version, allowing that energy to be carried beyond, dissolving. Take another deep breath in, filling up fully and completely. And exhale. And one more deep breath, fully anchoring into the beingness of your highest timeline. And release it when you're ready. And just taking one more precious moment in this energy, knowing that when you open your eyes, you are now seeing through the eyes of your highest self, of that highest timeline embodied in the here and now moment. And so it is, and so it shall be. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes in any way that you wish. And welcome the new version of you. And I would love to know how that experience was for you. So if you would like to share, you're welcome to. If you do not want to share, you're free to pass. You can either type it in the chat or come off mute, whatever feels right for you. Okay, I see Amora's got her hand up. Give it a go, Amora. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes, that meditation was really, really powerful. It was like I could feel I felt the shift, you know? And I have been in a place before where I was fully in alignment with my higher purpose and with the purpose of the universe. And that's what it felt like. Just amplified. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing that. That's very
You're
meaningful.
welcome.
Misha, go for it.
Hi, thank you so much. That was so powerful. It really was. I like you know, like when you were talking about us, like seeing the earth is very small and further away, there was still like a string attached to my ankle that was
Oh,
like dragging the earth everywhere I was going. And then it went, and I stepped into something. But you know, like when you're meditating, sometimes like you don't remember it consciously, so it feels like you're asleep. But I knew like something was registering, but I don't know what. Guys, I saw lots of things happening after. So yeah, I'm excited to see what comes up later on.
thank you for sharing that. And I know that you know this, but I will remind you and anybody else who maybe isn't aware that our subconscious mind is doing that work for us. And so even if we don't remember it on a conscious level, our subconscious and our superconscious is taking care of all of that for us. So what's meant for you to be remembering in this moment is what you have to remember. The other parts, your cells are remembering, your soul is remembering. And as those parts are needed, they will be revealed to you. Does anybody else want to share anything?
Yes. Well, that was lovely. Thank you, Lizzie. You just took me on a little adventure that I wasn't expecting. That was fantastic. Yeah. So yeah, I just kind of I just went into like a sort of a dream state there, and but it felt very real. I think it was real actually, and I was certainly accessing higher forms of consciousness. Uh, and I really liked the sort of the very pleasant music in the background, especially the American Indian flutes towards the end, and it kind of had that really great, powerful spiritual energy as well. So yeah, that was lovely. Thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing that. I'm glad you went on a little journey. And I love how you said, I think it was real. And it is real. That's the beautiful thing about the quantum because we really do get to shift that simply. And thank you for picking up on the music. This playlist is curated with intention for the theta brainwave state as well as the shamanic journeying. So thank you for noticing. Reem, thank you for your comment. Did you want to share anything with Okay, perfect. If you want to share more, you're welcome.
I just wanted to say thank you so much. It was very powerful, really. Thank
I'm
you.
grateful. I'm grateful to you.
Can I go next?
Yes, of course. I was just gonna say, but I could see you unmuted, so I thought you'll go ahead.
All right, so I'm not quite sure exactly what happened. I felt like I haven't done anything like this before. So at one point I could feel like a sensation around like my left eye maybe, but I can't really remember. And then I wasn't sure where I needed to go, but I found my earth, I guess. I'm not sure. And I almost found a need to really see where I want to be. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
Yeah.
yeah, and I did have some trouble letting go of the limitations. Like like the earth disappearing and kind of coming back. So I could tell that I am struggling with that. And I had to intentionally, I think this happened, I'm not sure that it did, but I think intentionally I had to push that away to move towards where I needed to go. So I'm not quite sure if this share like how this really works yet. This was
And
my experience. I'm not sure whether I did it right, I did it wrong. Like I don't know.
so I want to ease anybody's worry that you can't get it wrong. There is literally no getting it wrong. So whatever you did in your experience, whatever you experienced in your experience is perfect for you. Your way is not going to be the same as somebody else's way. Even in all the things that I share and teach, I always let you know that this is coming from my lens and my perspective. And so your interpretation of it is exactly perfect for you. And the way that you will be guided through your own intuition and your own guides and your own highest self will be exactly perfect for you. So it doesn't have to look a certain way. And when we can release expectation or insistence that it has to look a certain way or it has to be a certain way or something went wrong, then that's that true surrender. And we have positive expectation. And we know that even if it doesn't seem like something positive right away, we can trust that this is happening for our highest expansion because it's getting us to the next level that we need to be at.
Thank you. It was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. We have somebody who's popped on, and I only see a phone number, so I don't know who you are, but if you want to pop on and say hey and share your experience, you're welcome to. And also, you can be here, and perhaps you'll like to share with something else that we chat about coming up. So, my friends, I want to share with you about mindset. Now that we've shifted, I really want to talk about mindset. There are 4 types of mindset that I speak about often, and many of us have heard about the growth mindset and the fixed mindset. There are 2 other types, the scarcity mindset and the abundance mindset. And so I'll read them each to you, and then I just want you to think about what's your dominant mindset. A scarcity mindset is believing you lack and will not have enough of anything, like time, money, connection, or resources. And your mindset doesn't have to be the same in all areas of your life. So you might have like one type of mindset in one category of your life and another type of mindset in another category of your life. Just kind of see where you identify with these types of mindset. Sometimes we have a fixed mindset, believing that your qualities like abilities, skills, and intelligence are fixed and cannot change. Perhaps you have a growth mindset, believing that your abilities can improve with effort and practice and appreciating the process of growth. And perhaps you have an abundance mindset, which is believing you always have enough of everything and there will always be more. So knowing that there's enough of everything whenever you need it and it's available to you. So I invite you to just take a moment to check in with yourself about which mindset you predominantly feel like I like to say play in. As you get to know me, you'll know that I'm a very playful human. I like to call it play over work. I like to call it my toy chest over my toolbox. So just notice what mindset you play in a lot of the time and identify the different areas of your life where it might be different. And with that in mind, I want to share with you an approach to business, an approach to the soulpreneur journey that is very different than what a lot of people talk about. And I speak about holistic wealth in business. And notice how I spell wealth. It's not W-E-A-L-T-H, it's W-E-L-L-T-H, because we want to have a system in business, in the soulpreneur journey, in our entrepreneurship that is holistic and well. Now, I also relate the chakra system here to business because when we have an aligned business, it's like we have alignment within ourselves because our business, our entrepreneurial adventure is actually an extension of who we are. And I want to make this clear that it's an extension of who we are. It is not actually us. And this was something from the beginning of my journey that I had a very challenging time distinguishing. I literally thought, like, had such an enmeshment with my business. I wouldn't say that I thought it was me, but it was literally a part of my being. I lived it, I breathed it, I spoke it. And it got to a point where if something happened in my business, I took it as a direct reflection of myself. If there was something going on in my business, there was something, it was a direct reflection of what was going on in my life. And it took me a while to actually be able to recognize these patterns and to understand how it was really aligned with the way that I view reality. And so I come from a yogic background and perspective, and I really think it's important to allow ourselves the alignment in our bodies and the alignment in our business. And so when I speak about wealth, holistic wealth, I speak about 7 areas. And sometimes I use a little bit of different words, but mostly it's the physical, the relational, the contributional or the vocational, depending on which word resonates better with you, the emotional, the mental, the financial, and the spiritual. And so when we look into this more, the root chakra, it's at the base of the spine. And you can actually even relate this to Maslow's hierarchy of needs about how we operate in society and how the human psyche works. But at our root chakra, this is all about feeling safety and security. It's our vitality and our grounded energy. And in business, when we're talking about this, it's the money, the organizational structures, the systems, the sustainability. And I will now very clearly claim that I think this is one of the most important parts in your business. Because if you do not have the safety, the security, and the stability and the structures to support it, you might do what I did for the first few years of business and feel very overwhelmed. And any little like mild shake might shake you up entirely. And if you don't have the systems and structures in place to support you, you're not actually able to withstand those shakes. It's like an earthquake. If you think about how a building's built, if you don't have a strong foundation, everything else will crumble. And I speak about money because money is very important. Money is very spiritual. If you're in business and you're not making money, you just have an expensive hobby. And so I really want to dismantle the negative connotations that come around money, especially when you're doing things from a heart-led and a soul-led place. A lot of people, a lot of the time, are almost afraid to want to receive money for the services that they're offering. Or they might have limiting beliefs around money that are in contradiction to what they say they want. So for example, if you really want to be wealthy and make profit from your business, but you have this limiting belief that rich people are evil, you have cognitive dissonance. And your subconscious mind is going to do everything in its power to keep that money away from you, because even though consciously you want it, you want to be abundant and wealthy with finances, if you have a belief that money is bad or evil, or that it's going to cause you to do bad things because of power, then you're not going to be able to bring that harmonious energy together and actually receive. So we want to look at our beliefs at each and every layer of our being so that we can build strong foundations from the beginning. Now, later on, we'll get more into uncovering these limiting beliefs, but I just want to start making you aware of them. And sometimes when even you hear them, you're like, ooh, or you feel like, eh, that's a sign and a symptom pointing at like, ooh, I might need to look into this more. How do I really feel about that? And I'll say one more thing. If you're getting into the entrepreneurial journey and your goal is to make money, I would encourage you to learn this lesson that I wish I learned sooner. Money is not the reason why we do things. It's the feeling we believe money will bring us that is the real reason why we do things. So for example, when we think about having a lot of money, people often talk about financial freedom. Okay, but if you think that finances are going to bring you freedom, you're still tied to those finances. And then you're putting yourself into the cage of finances. Whereas if you're looking for freedom, embrace that freedom and know that money can offer you that freedom. But it's the feeling of freedom. It's the feeling of safety. It's the feeling of having open mornings or having open days or getting to go on a luxury vacation. That's that feeling that you're really chasing. And so when we can begin to realize that it's the feeling we're searching for, and we have this thing on top that we give it the reason why, we can start to really identify why we want what we want and come from a more authentic place. And money is not the goal, let's say. Money is the result of the value that we offer this world. If you can fill a need, if you can offer a service, if you can give people more time, if you can give them a feeling of peace and security, they will happily pay you for your services because you're not selling them something that they don't want or need. You are actually being of service to them in the highest way possible. And sales are one of our highest forms of service, because when we can literally guide people or share with them something that will transform their lives, the price of that is literally priceless. And so it's about, where is your energy? Where do you value yourself? How do you value yourself? A lot of people have self-love, but self-worth is different. And on this entrepreneurial journey, the soul-preneur journey, you start to notice the differences in your self-love and your self-worth, and how that ties into money and the way that you operate in your business. So let this be something that you're paying attention to from the get-go, and let money be a byproduct of the value that you put into this world. Our sacral chakra is the seat of creativity and our well-being. It's the holistic abundance and the pleasure. This journey gets to be joyful. There will be moments that don't feel joyful, for real, and it's okay. But if you can have a playful mindset about it all and allow yourself to enjoy it, this is where you get to have passion in your business. Be passionately passionate about the thing that you're doing. If you're not passionate about it, I would say choose something else. Follow your highest passion, because really one of the, I'll say the worst pieces of advice, but in the end, it turned out to be one of the best pieces of advice that I received early on in my journey, is just pick something. It doesn't matter what you pick, you'll make it the right decision. And so I followed this advice. And the whole time, my inside is screaming and being like, but I don't want to do it. I'd like, okay, I picked it and I know I can make it the right choice, but I didn't want to do what I was doing. I actually kind of hated it. And if I had have been given different advice of take a moment, take a breath, pause, find out what you're passionate about. And once you know what you're passionate about, and it doesn't have to just be one thing, it could be multiple expressions. But when you find something you're passionate about, you'll be able to keep that fire going, and you'll be able to keep on that trajectory. Because if you don't love it, you're not going to want to do it. And if you're going to create a business, you're going to be in this for the long haul. So you might as well pick something that you love. And be clear with your mission, your vision, and have organizational values and a method to help you out. Again, this was the part that took me way too long to learn. I didn't have a lot of structure. I didn't have a lot of foundational pieces. And so I spent a lot of time like spinning my wheels and making a mess and cleaning it up and making another mess and cleaning it up. And that, I think the systems and structures are just as crucial as the energetics. Some people say it's 80% energetics, 20% structure. No, it's 100% of both. When you have 100% of both, you come together in divine union within yourself, and you create a holistic system that lets you grow and thrive. So manage them both, please. And then the solar plexus is our willpower, the worth, the confidence, the control, your purpose. Here's where we identify our core values, the goals that we have, the balance. We need restraint. Shiny object syndrome is a real thing, especially in the soulpreneur world. So if we can avoid shiny object syndrome, and again, I did not. I did all the shiny objects. Do you know how many certifications and programs I have? Actually, let me tell you this. The other day, as I was preparing an email sequence, I took the time to add up the amount of money that I've spent and the certifications I've gained and the missions that I've gone on over the last 5 years alone. I'm not kidding you when I tell you I've spent 90,000 Canadian dollars in the last 5 years on my trainings, my certifications, my programs, my coaches, my missions, all the things that I've done. Now, for me, was it necessary? Yes. So that I can be sitting in front of you today to say, you don't need all of that. Maybe some of you do, in which case, go ahead and get it. However, more certifications are not going to make you more ready. More coaches and guides are not going to make you more ready. If you can find one thing, and if you want a certification and it will help you, definitely use it. But anchor into that and spend your time learning and spend your time going deeply. Become the expert in your area so that people know to go to you for that specific thing. And because there's so much wealth of knowledge on the internet. Anybody can learn anything, but they're going to come to you that you're the expert for. They're going to come to you because they know that you have immersed yourself in this and you're passionate about it, and you really can offer them that transformation that they're looking for. Yeah, I'll leave it at that for that one. Your heart chakra. This is where our joy and our unity and our peace and our compassion and our prosperity come from. It's our heart-led leadership. When you lead with the heart, when you lead with love, you're not going to go wrong. It is soul-led success. And if you don't know what your soul-led success looks like yet, that's okay. You have the time to figure it out. That's what this journey is for. And remember that there are all forms of abundance. Money is one form of abundance, but we have conversations, we have exchanges, we have gifts, we have synchronicity, which is the fancy word for coincidence, the spiritual word for coincidence. There are so many ways that we can allow abundance to flow into our life. And if we're only focused on money, then we're literally blocking out all the other forms of abundance. So if you think the only thing that's going to make your business prosperous is if you have money flowing in, what if you're missing that opportunity to collaborate with somebody? What if you're missing that chance to exchange your services with somebody else because what they have, it might be equally as valuable to you at that time? So think about the different ways that you can allow abundance into your business. And then our throat chakra, this is where truth, freedom, and expression come in, and being able to communicate effectively. Authenticity vibrates at the same frequency as unconditional love. And when you are standing in your authentic truth, people recognize it and they are drawn to you, they're magnetized to you. You might go through some phases where you're copying what other people are doing, and that's okay. Because like little children and how they learn, they just imitate at first. And if you're just imitating something at first, that's okay, because this is part of the learning process. But as you begin to find your own voice, and as you begin to be more authentic with your own expression, you realize that you can communicate and market yourself and sell your product, services, whatever it may be, with an authority, with a clarity, and with love. And people want that. Our third eye chakra is where the awareness, wisdom, integrity, and harmony come in. In business, this looks like listening to your inner wisdom. There are so many people who literally have called me delusional, and they call me crazy for the moves that I've made in my business and even the amount of money I've spent. They're like, why would you even do that? But it's because I'm listening to the calling of my soul. I don't need anybody else's permission to make the moves that I make. I trust myself. And the times when I haven't trusted myself and I've outsourced my opinion to other people and listened to what they think over what my heart and soul knows is true, it's actually created a lot of turmoil in my life. It's created a lot of added expenses and some like taking extra certifications I really didn't need to take in a way. But again, I know I needed to take them because they got me to where I am. But being able to integrate what you learn and use it in a way that guides you intuitively is really part of this soulpreneur journey. We move differently than others. Our moves don't have to make sense to the outer world. Yeah, I think that's good for that one. And then our crown chakra. This is your connection to spirituality, your alignment with the divine, the connection to all that is, your reflection. And it's where beauty unfolds. So this is co-creation with source. This is a clarity. It is faith. And faith is full assurance in the heart. It's different than fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. They're opposite ends of the same spectrum of belief. When you have faith, you trust your intuition, you follow your heart. When you have fear, you let all those outside forces dictate who you be. Trust yourself, know who you are, and take action from that place. If you're in a fear moment, probably don't take action. Take a pause, get grounded, become back home to yourself, and then move from a place of knowingness and trust. All right. The next thing I want to share with you. Oh, I should ask, are there any questions about any of that?
That was all amazing.
Thank you. I love when people are affirmative, and I appreciate your affirmations. Thank you. Let's spend a moment connecting. So again, I made a poll of this, but the polls didn't work exactly as I thought they would. So I'll put the poll there. You can answer in the poll, but I would like to know from each person if you could answer one of these questions. What called you to the circle today? What is one area of your life where you feel ready to grow or align more deeply? What is one area of your life you feel stuck, held back, on pause, or in a time loop about? What is it you most desire in your life right now? What does living your purpose mean to you right now? What does success mean to you right now? Or what does abundance mean to you right now? Just answer one of them. You don't have to answer them all. And then we're going to go around and share in about 20 seconds. So think about your answer. And whoever would like to share first one of their answers, you're welcome to unmute yourself and share with us.
So what does living your purpose mean to you right now? I would say that allowing myself to be present and listen to those downloads, uploads that I receive about what I'm here to do, how I am to be of service, and taking action. Yeah, I think that's what it means to, what was the question? Where is it?
Live your purpose.
Yep, to live your purpose. Yeah. And just
Thank you
living
for
from the
sharing.
heart space. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, living from the heart space and doing things that that really makes your heart smile. Yeah.
thank you. I love that. Yeah, John, give it a go.
Hello. Just deciding which question. What does success mean to you right now? Okay. I think it would be to start doing what I feel I'm being called to do. But like you mentioned earlier, not not for financial incentives. But later on, it would be great if I was financially rewarded,
Mhm.
to then have that. Um, yeah, I have. You know, I recently had a baby and stuff. The world we live in is that you kind of do need money, unless you're going to go and live in like a really rural area and get a little bit of land and grow your own food, which actually sounds great to me. I often dream about doing that as well. But I don't think I'm quite at that stage of my life yet where that would be possible. I don't have the skills to do that either. So yeah, so it's like, yeah, to do what I really feel I'm being called to do, that's coming from that's a calling I've had for a while now. It's not just like a
Mhm.
crazy idea or something, because I know the crazy ideas. I get plenty of those as well. Uh, and being financially rewarded for that as well, maybe a bit later on, so I'm able to, just have a sort of comfortable life. I'm past. I'm certainly past the stage of having any illusion that more money will bring this elusive happiness.
Mhm.
Now, I probably did used to think a little bit like that, actually, looking back, but now I'm past that stage. But of course, I'd like to be comfortable, So yeah, that would be success for me right now, I think.
Thank you for sharing that. And I do want to emphasize that you can have it all. We actually can be really financially abundant from our soul purpose work. In fact, I would argue that we get to be more financially abundant from our soul purpose work. It might at first take a little bit of time. That's true, because we spent all these years of our lives learning a certain skill set, getting degrees and diplomas, and then applying that to get the money that we get now. However, when you learn another new skill set and then start applying that, it's kind of the same process in a way where you actually get to be profitable from it. And it doesn't actually have to take a long time. The beautiful thing about the soulpreneur journey is that when you're in alignment, the money starts to flow in when you really are in alignment. And I can speak from personal experience that in some months, when I'm not really in alignment with who I am, with really what I want to be doing from a soul led place, those were the months when I wasn't making a lot of money and it felt challenging. It felt struggling, but I also knew what was wrong. I wasn't in alignment. And other months when I was in total alignment, I would make double my salary like that, like overnight. And it's so powerful to know that when you're really living in alignment and you're anchored into the frequency of abundance, we get to have crazy ideas and live those crazy ideas, because crazy can be a good thing. It can also be a bad thing. But if we look at it with the positive intention that it's crazy good, then the money does get to flow into your life with ease and grace and more than you could ever imagine, as you get those systems and structures set up and flowing for you. So yeah, allow yourself to dream big. We don't have to play small in any area.
Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome. The universe really, its only goal is to get us to align with our whole worthy, authentic self. And abundance is our birthright. We are inherently worthy. We actually just have to decondition all these beliefs that we think that we shouldn't want or need any of this stuff. Of course, you can want it. That's part of the human experience. Money is a spiritual experience. Does anybody else want to share one of their answers?
Hi, I can share.
Sure.
So for me, like, what is it you most desire in your life right now? For me, I want to find work that makes me feel satisfied. It's yes, of course, the financial compensation you get for what you're doing, but also how I feel about it. Driving to work in the middle of the day or at the end of the day. And I know not every day is going to be, butterflies and rainbows, but majority of the time I want to uh, feel content. Like what I'm doing makes me happy, makes people around me happy at the same time. So this is, what I'm most looking for in my life right now.
Thank you for sharing that. It's very powerful. Anybody else?
I can go next.
Sure.
All right. So, an area of my life where I feel stuck right now is working on myself. I feel really stuck when when I want to do a heart meditation, or if I'm doing a yoga nidra, anything that's related to me and working on me somehow doesn't happen. Not necessarily the way I would like it, but like it just doesn't get like completed in some ways. It's really hard for me to do that. But like I find myself showing up for others far easier. Like even, like intuitively, I like while someone's talking to me about like a problem or something that they're going through, like, I'll kind of sort of want to say, oh, this modality, or like, would you like to practice this? Or, just little things that I know, but they will automatically just come to me. Well, automatic, I don't know if that's the right word, but, and it's easy. It's easy for me to step into someone else's space and hold it or analyze it or say like, but it's very difficult for me to show up for self. Um, and I'm trying, like to work with what I have. But that's where I kind of sort of feel stuck. So
Thank you for being vulnerable and sharing that. I would like to offer you the reminder that when we serve others, we are serving ourselves. So if right now that for you is the way that you're able to show up best, if you can even give yourself some more compassion to say, when I'm serving them, I am serving me, if that's all that you can do right now. And when you ease up your tightness on that, it will allow things to flow. Also, sometimes as healers and space holders and coaches, whatever, I know the stream you're in, that we find it so hard to receive. And I say this to all of the healers and coaches and guides that I work with. Healers need healers too. Coaches need coaches too. Guides need guides too. And it's so important for us to plug into and have our mentors and have our coaches and have our supports as well, because we also need to have that time and space to decompress and to just be nurtured. And when you start to give yourself even that permission that it's okay for me to need this, and I do need this, and I do want it, it really can also shift the energy. My whole journey, except for about 6 months, I've been plugged in with a mentor or a guide. And the thing that I've learned now and I've anchored into for longer is sticking with one or two people, not going to this person, then that person, this person, then that person. And at the beginning of my journey, I didn't understand why that was so important, but now I get it. Because when you have all this noise and all these voices coming in and all these different opinions, you literally just go, well, which one is correct? Whereas if you're anchored into somebody or a couple somebodies who know you and go deeply with you, and you really feel safe and secure with them to explore the depths of your soul, the transformation is so much more transformative.
thank you.
You're welcome. Reem, did you want to share? Okay, and then the phone number person, if you want to share, you're welcome to come off mute and share with us. Okay, so then I have another round of connection questions. And this time, Oh, where's the button? There we are. This time, pick one as well with the intention. The intention for this round is to foster connection through sharing and listening. So choose one of these prompts. And when you look back from a year from now, what do you hope that this circle has helped you achieve? What is one challenge you're ready to transform into an opportunity? What is one limitation you are truly ready to stop fighting for? Meaning you are willing to be wrong, that it is a limitation, and stop calling it that. Or maybe you call it a struggle, or maybe you call it a problem. Are you willing to give it up? What is a dream or desire you're ready to say yes to? If fear, failure, or judgment weren't factors, how would you express your purpose differently? If no one else could see or measure your success, would it look the same as it does now? Or if you viewed abundance as a feeling rather than a material state, how would your perspective shift? So choose one of these and we'll share in about a minute. And if you want, you're welcome to take screenshots and actually answer all of these questions for yourself at a later time. They're really deep questions that get you thinking in a different way. And I realized that I didn't share with you from my round one, what my question response was. I've answered all of these in the last little while, and I'll answer what living my purpose means to me right now is showing up and allowing myself to be fully seen in my authenticity, in my vulnerability, in my complete weirdness and out there-ness, and not only allowing myself to be seen, but allowing myself to be the leader that I know I'm meant to be in this era of my life. And I say this because I've held myself back a lot for a lot of the years. And I recently came to this realization that, like, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks of me. It only matters what I think of me and what God thinks of me. And if I'm holding back my gifts and my offerings because I'm worried about what that person over there talking about me is thinking, it blows my mind why I cared, because people are always going to have opinions and judge us, but it matters the most what we think of ourselves and how we can be of service to others in this world to help each other along the journey, in my opinion. So this is why living my purpose, and that's what it means for me right now. Thank you for that. The next question, though, if anybody wants to share what question they want to answer, come off mute and share with us.
So the question that I chose is, what is one challenge you're ready to transform into an opportunity? And the first thing that came up for me was this challenge that I'm having with my son. And I feel that as I embrace it and not look at it as a challenge, that will allow me the opportunity to expand more in my business working with children.
Thank you for that. Thank you. 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 Thank you
So for me, a dream or desire I'm ready to say yes to is if I got an opportunity to work at a retreat, I would do it right away.
Oh, I love that for you. And yes, call that in and claim it.
Thanks.
Thank you for sharing that.
Hello. So the question, what is one limitation you're truly ready to stop fighting for, meaning you are willing to be wrong, that it's a limitation, and stop calling it that? So a limitation that I believe I've always had, and it's like a sort of ongoing narrative really in my head, is that I procrastinate. I procrastinate. So I have all these wonderful ideas and nothing ever comes of them. Um, but what if I can just shift that into, well, let's look at divine timing. Everything is supposed to happen when it happens. And when things get going, that was the exact time that things were supposed to get going. So it's not actually down to procrastination, it's more about the divine timing. And the times I have procrastinated, I believe that actually during those times I was actually gaining more wisdom and knowledge. So if I had have started at that time, I probably wouldn't have been ready anyway. So I think that for me, if I can get this idea of I procrastinate all the time into divine timing, then that's going to be a lot better moving forward.
Oh, thank you for the way that you said it. You articulated it beautifully. And when we are procrastinating, it's because the energy isn't in alignment yet. And so we have this hesitation to take action because we don't we intuitively know I don't want to do this. And like you said, it's not time. So there is a difference when we get in our own way and we start like don't take any action at all. So just being able to discern that difference and know if I can take one small action step that's aligned and inspired, it doesn't have to, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You don't have to eat the whole elephant today. Take your one step in the right direction. So if you have a big project and you're like, oh, I don't really feel like it's ready, I'm not ready for that, or the timing doesn't feel right. Okay, what's one thing I can do today that points me in the direction? One small step. I love that. Thank you so much. Anybody else?
Okay. I'm going to answer for if fear, failure, or judgment weren't factors, how would you express your purpose differently? I think if I have no fear, no, because I always have this feeling I'm scared to be like failure or be judgment from other person. So if this doesn't exist in my life, I will try to see life from different ways and try different ways to be real me. And yeah.
I love this. And maybe you can do one of them each day.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you have anything else you wanted to share about that?
Oh, sorry, I didn't go yet.
Go for it.
Yeah, so I was like, what is one challenge you're ready to transform into an opportunity? So I always think it's a challenge that I've been a teacher for so long that I don't know how to do anything else. But you know, as a teacher, you have such a vast skill set, and you learn to juggle and do so many things. So ready to take those skills and present them as opportunities instead of limitations.
Yes, that's brilliant. Yes, the teaching skill set is vast. And I think we don't give ourselves enough credit for that. I think, Nizreen, you were a teacher too. Yeah, and I know Amora has some teaching things in her belt. So almost all of us, I think, have been teachers of some sort at some point in this meeting. And that's really fun to recognize because we can teach in different capacities. We can lead in different capacities. They are transferable. What will I share? When I look back a year from now, what do I hope that this circle has helped me achieve? I hope that this circle has helped me achieve a sense of community, a sense of deep relationships, and a beautiful network where people feel like they can turn to for that support that they need and that they want. For me, that has become one of the most important aspects of the work that I do because I neglected it for so long. And this is another mistake I hope that everybody can avoid, that their business doesn't become their end all and be all, because part of the journey is when you get really passionate about the things you're passionate about, for me, I got a little bit obsessive about it, and it was like the only thing I cared about for a while. And again, this was part of my journey and I needed it because it helped the other things in my life that weren't in alignment dissolve and go away. But then it also left me in a very deep state of loneliness and feeling very isolated. And so now for the last year, it's been really part of my mission to connect with other beings on this journey so that it's not so lonely, and that also I can make sure that people are tapped in, and not in the sense that I have to do that for them, just so that they have that place where they can connect. Okay, so take a moment to reflect, oh, wrong one, on this activity, and think about the power of the relationships and the reflective mirror. Everybody in our lives is a reflection of us. We are all part of the same unique one source, and we are all divine fractals. I like to think of it like a disco ball, that we're all pieces that come together to create this beautiful array of lights and illusion almost. Now, I'm going to read the following statements aloud. And I also made a little poll about it, but oh yeah, I think this poll will work because it's a quick answering one. Okay, if you can just answer in the poll. As I listened to others, I felt more open to trusting and sharing my own truth. The 0 is not at all me, and the 5 is totally me.
Is this referring to today's circle?
Yes, this activity that with the 2 questions we just did.
Yeah.
The second question, I experienced a moment of insight about myself, someone else, or the journey we're on together, and I learned something I didn't expect. 0, not at all me. 5, totally me. I felt a deep sense of connection, knowing I am seen, heard, and supported in this space. 5 being totally me, 0 being not at all me. I feel called to show up fully, ready to engage with curiosity, openness, and trust. 0, not at all me. 5, totally me. And I trust the process and know the journey is the destination. 5, totally me. 0, not at all me. So the beautiful part about this is that everyone answered either a 4 or a 5 to all the questions. And that's really a beautiful thing to know, because it lets us know that we do feel safe in this space together to come and be who we are. And if you don't feel all the way open yet, it's totally fine. It's a first meeting, it's a first circle. And thank you for sharing your reflections on that. This is just the beginning of our journey, and we're weaving together a beautiful tapestry. Each time that we come together, we will strengthen our connection, not just to each other, but to ourselves and to our purpose, to our mission, and also the collective expansion, which is really why we do this soul-led work, because we're here for the greatest good of ourselves and all other beings. This last piece, you don't have to do it right now. It's going to be something that you can do right now if you already have ideas. Oh, and I should just check, because I had just 2 or 3 more. Yeah, we have 3 more slides. One is this goals. One is about our goals turning into intentions, and the last one is the action step. And then I just tell you when our next meeting is. So if you have a few minutes and you'd like to do this goal setting activity right now and you can stay, that'd be amazing. If you can't and you need to leave, just let me know, because this space is for you and it's all up to you. I want to invite you to do this goal activity. So if you have the time, in your journal, list your top 3 personal goals. Let them be about what seems most important and relevant right now in this moment. And we're going to write them in the way that affirms them and brings certainty into the equation. This is essentially how we turn a goal into an intention. It's a personal statement, so we use I, me, or my. We put it in the present tense. I am, I have, I do, something like this. And it's positively powerful. It has a strong and positive meaning, and positive being constructive here. The emotional charge, and it matters to you. So I gave some examples. They're pretty general examples, but I wanted to show you how we can use the present personal and positively powerful tenses here. So just take a few minutes to write down your goals. And once you're done writing them, if you would pop them in the chat so that we can all witness your goals, that would be awesome. And take a moment to read everybody else's so that we can really just connect and celebrate with each other. Mm. And everybody here, like, I just really would love to say what an honor it is to witness you and thank you for sharing. And I invite you also to like come off mute and just celebrate each other and to love on each other in this space.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Lizzie. This has actually been such a wonderful experience because I know like there are certain things that are already coming up, like listening to people talk, things coming up for me. But I know that a lot more will come within the next few days. And it's that energy that we are all sharing with each other, even if just through the computer screens. But it's such a beautiful and safe space to be in. So thank you for creating it.
Thank you for being here and co-creating it with me, with us. So if anybody else wants to share something, please come off mute and you're welcome to. Big up your people.
Oh, I was reading the comments and yes, I just love all of them. Like the energy here has been very beautiful. Um I absolutely loved who was that? Uh, um I'm not gonna say your name right. You have the long hair and you have on like a blue, you're smiling right now. What's her name?
Nisreen. Nisreen.
Nisreen. I love when Nisreen shared in. You said like, I've never experienced anything like this before. Like, I love to hear things like that. So thank you so much for sharing and just, yeah, all the vulnerability and just the space being held. Thank you, Lizzie.
Thank you for your co-creation.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to what's to come.
Yeah, so I feel the same way, like, from everything that Misha and Amora just said, I kind of feel the same way at the end of the session. It's been really nice to read everyone's goals, and I really, really I'm looking forward to see these materialize soon. I don't know, materialize might not be the right word, but I guess you guys know what I'm talking about, like, right? Like it's not a doubt. It's coming or is already there. So I'm looking forward, like as we have our more of these, to see everyone share how it has shown up and when it has shown up in their reality. So thank you for this.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, Lizzie, for this nice space, and it was a pleasure to be with you all. I wish you all the best and the peace, the prosperity in life. Love you all.
Thank you, Reem.
Yeah, I'd just like to echo everyone's words, really. I actually enjoyed that more than I thought I would. I thought I would enjoy it, but it was actually more so. So that's great. Thanks, Lizzie. Yeah, and for your guidance, and also I can see you've put some effort into this with all these wonderful slides, and it all really, it's all very makes a difference. And and it was nice to sort of connect to some of these of the people here, and everyone seems very nice, very friendly, great vibes, and yeah, I really feel like it's been a 2 hours of my time, and I feel there has been some little shifts that may become more apparent a bit later on in a few days. But yeah, it's been awesome. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, and you're so welcome. Now, before everybody goes, if you know me, and you're going to know me, I always will encourage you, more than encourage you, maybe push in even a very nice way, loving way, take an action step. Because when you know something, you do it. You take action. So I like to give this example so that people really get it concretely. I have this beautiful crystal in front of me. It's in my hand right now. If I said to you, if you have something in front of you, if I said to you, do you know how to pick it up? You could tell me about it. You could say, yeah, I'm going to reach out my hand, hold on to it, lift it, exert first and lift it up. Or you would just do it. You would literally just lift that thing up. When you know something, you take action. And so this is your call to action, that this week, this month, you take an action step, because certainty begins where the knowledge and understanding ends. Nisreen said the word materialize, and we really want things to self-actualize. We want them to manifest in our physical reality, and we want to realize it, meaning see it with our real eyes. Your beliefs create your reality. Your action is the physical translation of your beliefs in the physical reality world to materialize them. So each person, write down one small action step you will do this month, this week, and then you're just going to share it out loud so that you declare and vocalize it. And we are here as your accountability buddies to encourage each other and to hold each other accountable and celebrate the wins. And I have a Telegram link for the group that you can join so we can celebrate each other's wins throughout the month. And meaning an action, meaning different than a ritual. Don't just say like, I'm going to pray, and not that there's anything wrong with prayer. Prayer is beautiful, and I think if you want to pray every day, all the time, pray. But like, what is something that you can do, that you can go out into the physical world with your physical body, interact with somebody else, or maybe interact with yourself? If it's going to the gym, go to the gym. If it's having a conversation with somebody to network, do that. If it's reaching out to a retreat center to see if they want somebody to join their retreat, do that. If it's aligning your body, mind, and spirit, maybe that is activating some kind of meditative practice for yourself every single day or however many times a week. Something that will anchor in. If it's your boundaries, saying no to stuff that doesn't light you up. Yeah, Misha, share it.
So I actually want to start by creating a plan of the skills that I have that I can transfer over, and I think that will be the first step for me to stop seeing myself as limited. Like I don't have, I limit myself saying like I don't have experience outside of this field, but just to create like a visual mind map or something that can show like what all I can do. And something that I really, really need to do is I need to eat healthier, and I need to eat. I go days without eating. I might like munch on something, but just seeing food not as the enemy, but like uh, something that is created with love, and something that satisfies, not just like, oh, I'm getting a bit dizzy, I need to eat, but No, it's like taking care of my body as well, and honoring it with healthy, nutritious food.
Thank you for sharing that. Whoever wants to share next, you're welcome to.
So my action step, I have two, is one is to, like, in one of the shares, like you said, like, you know, to kind of take a step to do like something every day kind of a thing. And so I was really getting stuck in, like, I know I have to work at you know, with my muscular system, I've been told. And it was either an all or nothing for me. Like, oh my goodness, I'm too tired, I can't go to the gym, or I can't do this, or not today. And you know, it was too many things that I was saying no to at one time. So instead, like, even if it's 10 minutes of something, to do that on a daily basis for myself. Um, that's one thing. And then to actually start looking at what does it look like to apply, you know, like what do the retreats ask for? I don't even know. You know, kind of like Misha, all I've done for the last 20 some years has been an educator and been in a classroom. So I don't know what this looks like. What am I looking for? And things like that. So maybe start looking at that, and also look at the Peace Corps just to see what is out there as far as these kind of things go. I haven't looked. This is something that I want, but I haven't stepped into that actually. So maybe that will be something I will do.
We will celebrate you and hold you accountable for that.
Alrighty, so for my action steps, I have spend more quality time with my son, move with confidence, and mind you, I got encouraged by the last gal and about nourishment. So the nourishment and moving my body more.
And I'm going to ask you to make it really concrete. What is it going to look like for you to move your body more? How are you going to make sure that you do that?
Mm.
Let's, like, you know, when we make a goal, we should make it specific.
Yeah, okay. I would say by walking, dancing. Yeah.
And how often are you going to do that?
I would say for sure once a week.
Beautiful.
I know that I can commit to that. Yeah.
Well done. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think for me, I need to start to create my website because I have been planning for more than 1 year. So I need to start to do my website and to start like organize my stuff to start working with what I know and to share with people what I know.
Bravo. So excited for you. When are you going to start that website, Reem?
I think within 2 3 days because these 2 days I have a lot of stuff commitment I need to finish.
Beautiful. I look forward to seeing it and offering you, like, tell us about your services when you're ready to. We want to hear them.
Okay. Okay, you will see it in the website.
Perfect.
Okay.
Who else wants to share? John?
Yeah, action step. Well, it's funny because I want to start making videos and uploading them onto YouTube. And I bought a camera about a month ago, like a kind of one of those like action camera things, DJI action camera. I got it secondhand.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've been taking really small action steps every day with it actually. So it took me like a week to take it out of the box. Then uh, I turned it on one day. The next day, I learned how to connect it to the computer. Currently, I've learned how to actually attach the mic and things like that. And tomorrow, I'll hopefully download the editing software I need. And hopefully, by the end of the month, I will have made my first video. That's what I'm hoping.
I love that. Can we concretize that and say I will have my first video by the end of the month?
I feel I feel confident enough to say that I will have my first video uploaded by the end of the month.
Beautiful. Thank you, John. That's so fun. And also, I have one of these DJI things. I was the same. It took me a week to be like, what do I do with this thing? I get you.
Yeah,
They are.
you've got to get over the technical stuff, but you soon get the hang of it. It's like anything in life, isn't it? It just takes a bit of practice.
Yeah. And sometimes I still don't get it right, but it's okay. So good for you. Bravo. My action step that I will speak to is I have so much resistance come up in my life when I think about following a plan that is not 100%. I do what I want to do. I'm quite rebellious. So I am going to devote and like set a timer, put it into my calendar, my 1 hour a day where I will work on a part of my strategic blueprint that I'm working through with my mentor. And I will put it in the calendar and actually do it the 5 hours that I say I will do, not in a scattered way, but in a very meaningful, intentional, organized way. That's my action step for this month so that I complete the chunk that I need to complete in the due time. Okay, friends, this is the Telegram link. So by the way, I created a Telegram link for us to be, this one, to be plugged in to each other. This is only for the people in our group, so you can scan this QR code and it will put you in a group for the Hearts Home Community Circle. It's not going to be anything else, just us supporting each other, sharing our action steps, sharing our wins. If you have questions, if you want to be supported, if anything, for this group. And I've also offered you a bunch of other ways to stay connected and plugged in. They're mostly free. Unless you choose to book a private session with me, you're always welcome to. But everything else that I've listed on here is a free offering. I have a podcast you can plug into. You can read some of the articles that I've written. There's a free mindset shift meditation on my Instagram bio, as well as the articles that I've written. If you want to come on my podcast to receive like on the podcast channeled guidance as a guest, you can, or if you want to come on the podcast as a guest to have a conscious conversation, you're welcome to do that as well. We'll set up a time and have that happen. And this is really meant for you to just have all these opportunities to stay connected. So that's the Telegram group for y'all. You're talking, but we can't hear you. You're on mute, John. Did you say something, John? We couldn't hear you. Okay. And I want to share this quote with you before you go that I said. It's my quote. When you truly love yourself, you remember who you are. This is something I said, and my one friend found it very profound. And she said, you need to share that with people. So I do. I share it with people. When you love yourself, when you truly love yourself, you remember who you are. And so keep reminding yourself of who you are, of your power. And until next time, our next meeting will be Saturday, February 22nd from 4 to 6 p.m. So instead of a Friday, it will be on a Saturday, and I'll send you all the details in your Zoom. And so it is, and so it shall be. If there's any questions, reflections, or insights, you're welcome to stay and ask. I'll be here for a few more minutes. And really, in the end, thank you from my heart to yours. It's always a pleasure to be of service to you. Thank you for being here because it allows me to do what I do.
Thank you so much, Lizzie. And thanks
You're
for
welcome.
all the souls were there. Thank you.
Thank you, Lizzie. This was amazing. Thank you everybody as well for sharing and for creating this space.
Lizzie, could
Thank
you
you,
go back
everybody.
to the Telegram because I had to download it. It just got done.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
This
There you
one.
go.
Okay, good. Thank you.
My phone is dead right now, so if I have to let you in the group, it will be, I'll let you in the group in a few minutes, but I think it just lets you join.
Okay. If I have any trouble, because I just went in and I'll just follow the steps since I haven't done this before. If I have
Yeah,
any
just send me a
trouble, I'll
message.
just reach out to you on WhatsApp or something. And thank
No
you
problem.
so much. Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you guys for the extra time and for staying. Have a great day, evening.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.